We're back with Ann Coulter. I interrupted you. Please continue.
Oh, just one other point, and then because the journalists weren't reading his immigration policy paper where he explained, well, tax remittances, he actually put out one entire policy paper on nothing but how Mexico will pay for the wall.
But he didn't say it, and he's the president of the United States.
I think he enjoys...
The thing is, like, Republicans do this all the time, and you know, they stink at messaging. So putting some piece of paper out there somewhere for someone to read is not the same as being put on the spot and being able to handle that question and explain to the American people how someone's going to pay for it that may or may not be them.
About that, because he put out one piece of paper recently, outlining a tax reform plan, right? In very broad strokes.
Here it is.
Very broad strokes. But it's clear when you try to read it, it could save corporations trillions of dollars, which would directly benefit the Trump family and Trump's businesses. Does that at all bother you? And does it bother you that we haven't seen his tax papers?
Yeah. It totally doesn't bother me that we haven't seen his taxes. I think it's the same reason he doesn't explain the remittances thing. I think he enjoys driving the press crazy, and he knows it drives him crazy. I think he wouldn't even mind putting his taxes out.
You don't think he has anything to hide in there?
No.
So,
but as for your point, because I agree with you on... I don't know why we're talking about tax cuts. He didn't campaign on tax cuts. That's every other Republican.
But does it bother
he
you,
campaigned.
Ann, you're a lawyer. Does it bother you
that he wrote it on a napkin?
No. Does it bother you that his family and himself could stand to benefit? I mean, isn't that unconstitutional? Isn't that the emollients clause? It's plain and simple.
Yeah. No, I mean
you learned that in law school, Ann.
No, but a general policy.
You learned it. But I'm on.
Okay, but it helps. It helped Ronald Reagan's family to end the evil empire. They wouldn't have to worry about getting nuked. So a general policy that is good for the country. No, there's no problem with that. I don't want to help corporations generally. I want to help the working class. So does Donald Trump. And the one part of his... Well, look, it does. And the one part I wish he would, and I think he wrote this on the napkin, and this was something I loved about his campaign, was making hedge fund managers pay the same as the rest of us. And he was the only politician, Republican or Democrat, to ever say end the carried interest loophole.
So let me ask you this. Does it not bother you? Now, I understand he likes to drive the press crazy and stuff. What about the people? Does it bother you that the people don't really understand? Even people who didn't vote for him, they want to understand what he's doing. He is their president. So shouldn't he be a little clearer for the people who are actually waiting to hear? Because I know a lot of folks heard him say, we are not paying for the wall. I heard him say, we're not going to do this, or we're not going to do this, or we are doing this and we are doing that, and then it all shifts.
Or that the coal industry is coming back, he keeps saying, and we know that's not true.
For the American people? Don't you think he could be a little clearer for the American people?
Especially for those who want to support him, want to have his back.
If anything, I think they're supporting him quite a bit. I keep taunting him on, number of miles built on the wall every day, 0. Miles built since the inauguration, 0. And I must tell you, no, if anything, the people love him too much and are not complaining when he's not keeping his promises.
Well, maybe it's all the people who he called rapists and murderers and all that other stuff. Maybe they're the people I'm talking about.
But they're not Americans.
Thank you. Oh, wait. No. There are lots of folks of Mexican descent who are American.
But that isn't who he was calling rapists.
Yes, Mexican people. People of Mexican descent. Oh,
no,
that's not what he said. He said Mexicans will be right back.